I think one of the reasons that I like Rotary so much, I was reminded of earlier today, I love to be with a group of people who can sing as well as I can. One of the things that impressed me about Rotary when I was in South Africa was that this was a group of people who had an international view of the world.
Rotary International Fellowship was an excellent opportunity that not only provided me the chance to further my study, but to go to the United States and meet a lot of people. So I applied, and I was very fortunate. If I had not gone to the United States as a Rotary Fellow, I don't think I would have pursued the study of international relations.
I had large aspirations, and I was broke. I wanted to see what the world had to teach me. I wanted to explore what was out there beyond the piney woods of East Texas. And one of the best things you could do is to bring people from the community, people from other parts of the world who are living there, in the vicinity of your Rotary Club. Bring them to Rotary with young people, let them speak, let them ask questions, set up orientation courses. It was the exposure to other people, not what I learned in the classroom, that has stayed with me the longest.
Each year, the Rotary Foundation and districts worldwide send over 1,000 ambassadorial scholars throughout the world. A year of study and cultural exchange offers many opportunities. The success of their time abroad depends on how well they are prepared for the challenges that lie ahead. To address those challenges, many districts organize a yearly outbound scholar orientation seminar. Here, scholars gain a wealth of knowledge and information that will make their study year a success. Scholars are assisted and guided in their preparation by past scholars, Rotary Foundation staff, and Rotarians like you.
Our purpose is threefold. Number one, to give you that opportunity to get acquainted with each other and to know each other and to appreciate each other for the really fine people that you are. Purpose number two is to give you some information about that organization that we call Rotary. After all, it's Rotary that is paying the bill. It is Rotary that has put this program together for a specific reason. And we think it's important for you to know and understand what that reason is. And you're going to get to know this organization that we call Rotary better through people. Our third purpose is to give us a feeling of what our responsibilities are and opportunities may be as a Rotary Scholar. In order to accomplish that portion of our goal, as well as the others, we have brought together as part of the faculty 4 former scholars. And you're going to learn a lot from them. And I hope that you will take advantage of them not only during the time that we have formal sessions, but you'll also take advantage of them in between sessions.
Well, I think listening to the other scholars that have gone before me is the biggest benefit that I've received.
This seminar has been most beneficial in that I will be going to my country, with a much better attitude, more prepared to face the challenges that I will meet when I get there. And this year, I'm sure will be one of the best years of my life.
The key to a successful orientation is a well-planned, diverse program with lots of lively discussion and animated exchange.
I've heard a lot of different stories about student visas, that you have to get accepted to your college before you can even apply for it, things like that.
You need to go in and check in at the police station. They will give you what's called a temporary visa, which is a carte de séjour. You'll use that a lot of times instead of your passport in the country for writing checks, things like that.
I bought a monthly transportation pass that allowed me to use the subway, commuter trains, and buses.
Past scholars, now worldwide travelers, offer practical advice on a wide range of topics, from foreign currency to language barriers.
Our discussion tonight centers on international travel. And specifically in the area of international travel, we want to address 4 subject areas: problems with foreign currency, foreign cuisine, language barriers, and we'll finish off with unusual customs or holidays.
There are 4 official languages in Singapore. So then I started listening to my friends. I understood what they said, but then they started telling me jokes. And I was the only one at the end of the joke that wasn't laughing. And it turned out at the end that I found out that the punchline is usually has a Malay word or a Chinese word or something like that. So I always had to ask them, and I usually had to get an interpreter next to me to tell me about it.
In France, when you meet someone, just to say hello in the morning, you do what's called the bisou, which is a kiss on the side of the cheek. Now, it's not quite that simple as it sounds. You do that to say hello and goodbye. So if you work in a big office, I mean, it can be kind of time-consuming. So they really don't like this custom very much at all.
I've grown as a person. I look at everything differently. I don't look at things anymore from just an American standpoint or from a standpoint of just myself anymore. I think about how all the other cultures react to different situations.
Each seminar can be tailor-made to suit the needs of a specific district. Foundation staff provides helpful guidelines for scholar orientation programs. The Rotary Foundation publication, For Successful Send-Off, is a step-by-step guide to planning your own orientation seminar.
Our observation was that scholars knew very little, or if anything, about Rotary. The clubs weren't necessarily doing the job. Some were not. Districts were not doing the job. Some were, I suspect, and some were not. None of them were doing to the extent that we were doing.
I think one of the most important things is that it gives all the scholars an idea about what Rotary does.
I've also learned a lot about Rotary. I learned a lot of statistics that were phenomenal.
Rotary does all these wonderful things, and this is why it's such a good organization. I think people don't realize when they hear the name Rotary exactly what it's composed of.
Rotary had so many diverse programs in so many areas, and I think this has been a definite benefit because as an ambassador of Rotary, I need to know these things and these statistics and all the programs that Rotary is involved in.
Regardless of national origin, all scholars share a common concern for the logistical matters of studying abroad. Internationally, Rotarians coach scholars and help develop a strategy for their study year.
The objective of the Rotary Foundation is to promote mutual understanding and friendship among all the people of the world through its educational and humanitarian projects. What I have suffered the most while I was in France was that the winter was much colder than I anticipated. One day the temperature went down 10 degrees below the freezing point, so ask for all the information and be prepared before you leave. Since I was assigned to a school in Sweden, I have heard that I must take a Swedish language test. Yes, you must take the test. Unless you pass a test of the language used in the assigned school, the foundation would not okay your scholarship.
My field of study is music, and I've learned that music is truly international language through this scholarship. So while you pursue your field of study, whatever it may be, please make every effort to become a good friend with your host Rotarians.
It's not the program, it's the people. Above all, scholar orientation is people helping people. Rotarians give their time and expertise.
The people are the seminar. It's great. The scholars, the Rotarians, just everyone is very excited and congenial.
Everybody says it'll change your life when you're getting ready to go, and I believe that, but I could have never, ever imagined how much it changed my life because on the one level, it helped me to appreciate differences rather than judge people.
I have 3 friends that are studying abroad as Rotary scholars this year, and neither one of them has come to a conference such as this. I feel that I've covered in 2 days what it's taken them 3 months to cover.
You feel almost as if you're on your own until you come to a weekend like this. and see that others are in the same boat going through the same process.
One thing was, really enlightening just to meet the other students, to see what they're doing and to see the various projects. But moreover, it's like hearing people who've come back, hearing their stories. It makes you aware of things you need to brush up on, things that you can do now to enhance the trip.
The Rotary Foundation and Rotarians around the world are investing in these young people. A comprehensive scholar orientation program is a safeguard of that investment.
If you want your scholars to go over to any foreign country and make a good impression and to be as prepared as they can be and to represent you in a way that you want to be represented, you need to prepare them.
Every time that I felt down, I would always think back to this seminar.
I plan to share my experiences with others and to continue in the Rotary's motto, giving service to others.
I just wish that everyone could have a chance to come to a seminar such as this.
The seminar is invaluable, and if it was my choice, I'd dictate that every district would have one of these seminars.
And I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm really looking forward to putting some of the things I've heard to use next year.
This seminar is a must.
Imbued with the heart of an explorer, propelled by the words and guidance of Rotarians, our scholars are now primed for flight. They stand ready to face the challenge of being ambassadors of goodwill and peace.